Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ira Hussein, and this is yet another video for practice questions on the MAP test. Today's test is for 10th graders, and the subjects we are covering today are math, reading, and language usage. So let's get right into this video. But before I start, I'd just like to give a quick reminder that if you want to take practice tests or you want to take the real MAP test, then click the link in my description and in my comments. Used it, loved it, it really helps. Now, enough talk, let's get right into this video. All right, the first thing I'm going to start with is the math section. Question number 1. 5 times x minus 2 is equal to 3x plus 6. What is the value of x? Take a minute to pause the video and figure out your answer. Okay, let's go through the answer step by step. Step number 1 is to distribute. 5x minus 10 is equal to 3x plus 6. Step 2 is to combine like terms, which gets us to step 3, 2x is equal to 6. Now we use inverse operations, which means we divide 2 on both sides to isolate our variable, which gets us to our final answer of 8. All right, question number 2. A circle has a diameter of 12 centimeters. What is its circumference? Use 3.14 for pi. Take a minute to pause the video and figure out your answer. If you said 37.68 centimeters, you are correct. We just have to plug in the numbers to our formula, 2 pi times r, which gets us our answer of 37.68 centimeters. All right, question number 3. A bag contains 5 red marbles, 3 green marbles, and 2 blue marbles. What is the probability of drawing a green marble? Take a minute to pause the video and figure out your answer. If you said 3/10 or 0.3% or 30%, oh, my bad. If you said 3/10, 0.3, or 30%, then you are correct. Let's talk about how we got to the answer. The total marbles are 10, 5 plus 3 plus 2, and the total green marbles are 3. So what we basically do is just put 3 over 10, which gets us 0.3 if we divide, or 30% if we turn it into a percent. Question number 4. If fx is equal to 2x squared minus 3x plus 4, what is f2? Take a minute to pause the video and figure out the answer. If you got 6, you were correct. Let's go through this step by step. f2 is equal to 2 times 2 squared minus 3 times 2 plus 4. We plug in 2 where there's x because fx is f2. 2 is equal to x. That brings us to 2 times 4 minus 6 plus 4. Then we keep combining. 8 minus 6 plus 4 is equal to 6. Make sure you use PEMDAS and do everything in order or else your answer will get messed up. All right, we're done with the math section. If you did good, then you can move on to the reading. But if you did bad, be honest with yourself and go back and work on some of the questions that you had problems with. I know that question number 4 is a pretty hard question because I struggle on my functions unit a lot, but going back to it and working on it really helps. Now let's move on to the reading. Passage. Maria looked out the window and saw dark clouds gathering. She debated whether to take her umbrella, but ultimately decided it would be a sunny afternoon. 15 minutes later, she was drenched. What is the main idea of this passage? Main theme, main idea. A. Maria enjoys going out on walks. B. Weather can be unpredictable. C. Always trust your instincts. Or D. It is fun to play in the rain. Take a minute to pause the video and figure out your answer. If you said B. Weather can be unpredictable, you are correct. It seems like Maria does not enjoy playing in the rain, and it seems like trusting Maria's instincts was the thing that went wrong in this little story. So B is probably the best answer to pick for this question. All right. Which word best describes Maria's initial decision? A. Cautious. B. thoughtful, C, careless, or D, informed? Take a minute to pause the video and figure out your answer. Now let's talk about the answer. In the passage, they talks about how Maria debated whether or not to take her umbrella, but ended up not taking it. And that's a little bit careless, knowing that it's going to be raining soon, because dark clouds means rain is coming. So the correct answer is C, careless. Okay, good job. You just finished the reading. I know it was a short one, but I feel like reading is an easy one for, multiple 10th graders. So if you want me to go into more depth of the reading or the math or the language usage, then let me know and I can make separate videos on each of those subjects. All right, moving on to language usage. Question number 1. Neither of the dogs are allowed on the couch. Which word needs to be corrected? Take a minute to pause the video and figure out your answer. The answer is neither of the dogs is allowed on the couch. Question number 2. Combine these sentences into one. He wanted to attend the concert. He didn't have enough money for the ticket. Take a minute to pause the video and figure out your answer. The answer is, although he wanted to attend the concert, he didn't have enough money for the ticket. Combining sentences is a really easy thing, but the main thing to look out for is where you should break up your sentence, where you should add commas, where you should add different words, where you should change some words, because you don't want to make it a run-on sentence or a sentence that doesn't make sense at all. Okay, and our last question, choose the correct word. The team had to choose between among 3 possible locations for the tournament. Between or among. Take a minute to pause the video and figure out your answer. If you chose among, you are correct. The team had to choose among 3 possible locations. Make sure you put both into the sentence to see which one sounds the most accurate and the most correct, and which one makes the most sense. So in this case, among is our answer. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this helped. I hope you guys are feeling so much better about your MAP. Like I said earlier in the video, if you want separate videos on different subjects, just let me know. I'm always open to new ideas, to new suggestions. And like I said early in the video, also, if you really want to take a practice test, a real practice test, or a real MAP test, then make sure you click the link in my description or in my comments. I really recommend using that link. And thank you so much for watching this video. Bye, guys.